Welcome to Echo No More, the podcast for women ready to break free from the patterns of narcissistic abuse and reclaim their voice. I'm Dr. James, a coach and a survivor here to guide you from self-doubt to self-worth, one conversation at a time. Whether you're just beginning your healing journey or are ready to step fully into your power, you'll find tools, stories, and encouragement right here. Let's get started. Welcome back to Echo No More. I'm Dr. Carolina James, and today I want to talk about something that completely changed my healing journey. Not boundaries, not trauma bonding, not narcissism, the way I talked to myself. Because I discovered something that surprised me. Long after the narcissist was gone, I was still treating myself the way they had treated me. And maybe you are too. So today's episode is about replacing self-criticism with something many survivors find incredibly uncomfortable at first: self-compassion. Not because it's trendy, but because it's necessary. There was a moment that still stands out to me. I had made a mistake. Nothing catastrophic, just one of those ordinary human mistakes we all make. Immediately, my inner dialogue started. You should have known better. How could you be so careless? You're smarter than this. The criticism came automatically. Then, something happened. Later that same day, one of my coaching clients told me she'd made almost the exact same kind of mistake. Do you know what I said to her? It's okay. You're learning. Please don't be so hard on yourself. Driving home that evening, I caught myself laughing. Not because anything was funny here, because I realized I had offered a complete stranger more compassion in 30 seconds than I'd offered myself all day. That realization really hit me hard. Why was everyone else allowed to be human except me? Maybe you've noticed the same thing. You're incredibly patient with your children, your friends, your coworkers, even strangers. But when it comes to you, the rules suddenly change. One reason survivors struggle with self-compassion is because criticism feels normal. It's familiar, predictable. Sometimes it even feels productive. For years, I believed being hard on myself was the reason I'd accomplish anything. I thought the criticism kept me motivated. It helped me earn a PhD, become a professor, build a career, start a business, write books, speak on stages. I genuinely believed the harsh voice was pushing me forward. But eventually, I realized something. It was not motivating me. It was exhausting me. There's a huge difference there. Fear can absolutely make us perform, but it rarely allows us to thrive. One thing I've had to learn over the years is that self-compassion isn't only about the words we use. It's also about permission. Permission to rest. Permission to slow down. Permission to not have every minute of every day to be productive. That was incredibly difficult for me. Maybe because I grew up believing my worth came from achievement. Maybe because surviving narcissistic abuse reinforced that belief. Maybe because I spent years feeling like I always had to prove something. Whatever the reason, rest felt irresponsible. Now, I understand something I wish I had known years ago. Rest is not laziness. Sometimes it's wisdom. Sometimes it's exactly what healing requires. I know what some of you might be thinking. If I'm compassionate towards myself, won't I become complacent? I worried about that too. But here's what I discovered. Compassion doesn't remove accountability. It changes the way we respond to it. Imagine your child comes home with a poor grade. You wouldn't say, "You're a complete failure. You'll never succeed. I can't believe you did this." You'd probably ask, "What happened? What can we learn from this? How can I help?" Notice something? The expectation doesn't disappear. The cruelty does. That's exactly what self-compassion looks like. It says, I made a mistake. What can I learn? How do I move forward? Without attacking your own worth. Eventually, I started asking myself one question whenever I was struggling. What would you say to someone you love? If my son made this mistake, what would I tell him? If my best friend called me crying, how would I respond? If one of my coaching clients sat across from me, what would I say? Then I challenged myself to say those same words to myself. At first, it felt awkward. Honestly, it even felt fake. But eventually, it became more natural. Not because life became easier, because I stopped making every difficult moment an opportunity to attack myself. Something we don't talk about enough is that our bodies are always listening. Every thought, every criticism, every judgment, our nervous system hears it all. When we constantly tell ourselves, I'm failing, I'm not enough, I'll never get this right, our body responds as though it's under attack, because in many ways it is. The attack is simply coming from inside now. But the opposite is also true. When we begin speaking to ourselves with patience, with kindness, with hope, our nervous system responds to that too. Healing isn't only psychological, it's physiological. Your body needs compassion just as much as your mind does. One practice became incredibly important to me. Whenever I noticed myself spiraling into self-criticism, I'd literally pause, take a breath, put my hand over my heart and ask, what do I need right now? Not what's wrong with me, but what do I need? Sometimes the answer was rest. Sometimes it was encouragement. Sometimes it was forgiveness. Sometimes it was simply a cup of coffee and a walk outside. The beautiful thing is that asking the question already changes the conversation. You're no longer attacking yourself. You're caring for yourself. So, this week, I'd love for you to notice one moment when your inner critic shows up. Don't judge it, don't fight it, simply notice it. Then, ask yourself, if someone I deeply love were standing where I am right now, what would I say to them? Whatever your answer is, say those exact words to yourself. Not because you've earned compassion, because you've always deserved it. Before we finish today, I want to leave you with this. Healing doesn't happen because we become better at criticizing ourselves. Healing happens because we finally become safe enough to stop. You have spent enough years believing you needed punishment in order to grow. You don't. Growth responds remarkably well to kindness, just like children do, just like relationships do, just like gardens do, and just like hearts do. So be patient with yourself this week. Speak gently to yourself. Offer yourself the grace you've so freely given everyone else, because one day you'll realize something beautiful. The compassionate voice no longer feels unfamiliar. It feels like home. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this episode encouraged you, I'd love for you to share it with another survivor who's learning to become her own safe place. And until next time, remember this. You don't heal by becoming harder on yourself. You heal by finally becoming someone your own heart feels safe with. Thank you for joining me today on Echo No More. If this episode resonated with you, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might need to hear it. For free resources and coaching opportunities, visit www.echonomorecoaching.org. And always remember, your voice matters, and the echo ends here.